Hello, I'm Tamara with Eventful You, located here in Dallas, Texas. Please forgive me because I'm about to get ready for an appointment, but I want to go ahead and take time and get this video done for you. My lovely purple charger. As I said, I'm Tamara Harris with Eventful You, located here in Dallas, Texas. And I have my wonderful event planner in the office, Krista, actually asking me the questions and hoping me to take this because I do have an appointment shortly. So, Krista, whenever you're ready, I'm ready for the questions.
Okay, Miss Tamara, how long have you been in business planning weddings?
I've been a full-time wedding planner for over 10 years. I'm a certified wedding consultant, got my certification in 2000 from CWC, big up. And I've been at it ever since then.
Okay, tell me, how did you get into the business?
I actually got in the business by planning my children's parties. My kids are really active, and I always wanted to have some great parties that were a reflection of how creative their mother was. So my son was 2. I did a birthday party for him at the gym. We brought in high school students that play basketball to teach them basic drills. Okay, remind you, this is a 2-year-old. So that part probably didn't work well, but hey, mom was creative and wanted to do something different. So at this party, I had a friend that actually was getting married, and she came to me and she said, I want to know if you can plan my wedding. And I said, I had never planned a wedding at that point. So I said, let me do some research and I'll get back with you. I got online, looked at some different things, and I actually put together this wedding for a whopping total of $2,000. So that was my first wedding, and that was the thing that got me hooked at that particular point.
Okay, how would you describe your style, and do you have a signature style?
I think the style of Eventful You is something a little bit different. We really try to focus on the different in every client. Some clients say, well, there's nothing different about me. I'm this or I'm that. I ask them certain things like, what's your favorite color? What's your favorite food? Different things about them, which helps them to come up with something different, but it also at the same time helps me to pick something that they wouldn't even think about to incorporate into their wedding.
Okay. Well, how many weddings have you planned to date?
To today's date, I actually planned 150 weddings. I actually did the math because I needed to get that to you guys. But we do 2 weddings a month in the office. I personally do 2 weddings a month in the office. Based on I'm a mother and a wife, and my husband really believes that I'm a workaholic. He calls me a crackberry because I always have my BlackBerry next to the bed. I'm on the internet till 10, 11 o'clock at night, and I'm always watching whose wedding is it anyway, no matter how many times I've actually seen the episode.
Okay, tell me a specific story where you saved someone's wedding.
I think one specific story that stands out to me is the actual wedding that we had last July, where the client was in the real estate industry, and the week of the wedding, something went wrong where he had no money to pay the full bar and things that we had already contracted for. So I had to basically go back to that client, to the vendors, and renegotiate contracts for them the week of the wedding. And on top of that, the floral pricing and everything had to change. So we wound up doing their floral, their lighting as well, and I had a go-go design and all that. The lights turned out great, if I do say so myself. But we had to do all of that for them. But at the end of the day, everything turned out great. The client was happy, and we're actually doing their baby shower this Saturday. Hi, Kim.
Tell me about any current wedding that you're planning.
One of the current weddings that we're planning here in the office is actually a wedding for a young couple that's getting married next year. I really like this wedding because it's totally different. They're not wanting to have traditional tables or anything of that nature, and we're basing it off of Orlando's favorite movie, which is Love Jones, which happens to be my favorite movie as well, which features, Nia Long and Lorenz Tate. But the whole focus of the movie is it actually drives around a club scene, these 2 falling in love, and how they go through all these different changes in love. But what we're focusing on is the lounge settings, the spoken word. Bride's not going to use traditional wedding music. We're going to actually have a quartet, or more or less a bass drum, a bass, and things of that nature. And the person that is actually going to be serenading them is going to be doing poetry opposed to actually actually a song. So I'm looking forward to that wedding because it's something that's totally different than what we've done here in the office.
Sounds great. Tell me about some of the most unusual, unique weddings you've planned.
Unusual and unique weddings that we planned. We had a client that actually is not from New Orleans, so I don't know where the whole theme came from, but they fell in love with the city. And so we basically went to Denison, Texas, which is a small town outside of Dallas. We did an actual full-blown event where we brought New Orleans to Denison. We put 6 feet Mardi Gras masks, we had beads, we had the actual processional with the umbrellas. All of the great stuff was incorporated into this wedding in Denison, which people were going on and on about for the following year when she sent us a thank you and information. She was just talking about how the town had never seen something so elaborate and so big. So I think that was one of the most unique things for us because we had to take something that was totally different to a small town, which is an hour away from Dallas. So mind you, if we left anything here, yeah, we had to do without it. So everything was brought in from Dallas to Denison to create that New Orleans feel.
Okay, tell me about all of the strange and unusual factors that are involved in planning the wedding. Examples are families hating each other, dress drama, crazy brides.
I've had my share of crazy brides. Probably shouldn't say that, but I have had my share of crazy brides. I had one bride that really stuck out to me in this particular point as being a challenge is because she had no ideas of her own. Everything that she brought to the table was from a previous friend or I think I want this. It was nothing original. Well, to say the least, what happened, the caterer was drinking, the caterer got drunk, the caterer and the bride got into a big argument. So my challenge for that particular wedding was keeping the bride calm and cool, getting the food served, and that the guests didn't know that the bride was about to come out of her dress and smack down on the caterer.
Okay. What has been the most stressful part of planning weddings?
The most stressful part for me has to be the budget because so many different people come in with different ideas, different thoughts, but they're not for sure what the budget should be for their particular wedding. So that is a challenging part for me here is that I'm dealing with budgets that range from anywhere from $10,000 to $80,000. It's just based off of what you know that you can get for your money.
And what is your ultimate goal when planning weddings?
Our ultimate goal here in the office with planning weddings is just making sure that the client is satisfied and they're getting what they're paying for. A lot of planners are offering different things. I'm one that feels that you can't really master everything that you put in front of you. Some things go lacking if you choose to take away from the area that God gave you to be perfected, which for me is planning. I'm an excellent planner, not so great florist. So it's really, to me, just making sure that I put forth the effort in making sure I handle everything and all the challenges that come in the office.
And what challenges do you face with planning weddings?
Challenges I face, a lot of times our budget. That's the biggest issue for me. Clients will come in here and I don't want to go anywhere but downtown Dallas, and I'm looking at them and they're going to have a $10,000 budget. Well, downtown Dallas, the minimum start about $15,000, so I'm already behind the 8 ball at that point. So that's one of the challenging things for me in planning a wedding.
All right, Ms. Tamara, and why should you be chosen to be a wedding planner on Whose Wedding Is It Anyway?
Because I'm fabulous. That's why. Seriously, I'm a great